What happens to the soul after suicide? Aftermath of self-destruction. Self-destruction, generally known as suicide, is like tampering with own destiny, and this has sudden consequences. The consequences cannot be categorized commonly, so I will share my experiences about encountering those spirits. Not the ending. These souls do not vanish, since they have incomplete tasks left. They want to make sure their family is fine, they are recovering. This duty arises out of guilt in them, often they attend their own funeral. They assure their family by sudden signs of their presence around the loved ones that everything will be alright. This in turn makes the souls feel less remorseful. The guilt they have affects them in a derogatory way, making their melancholy deeper and heavier. They cannot be free until they remove that feeling of remorse. So they stay around until the perfect time to leave approaches. We think they easily left all the sorrows upon their loved ones, but that's not the scenario. When I first attempt to talk to them, they hesitate and try to cover their actual feelings by not opening up. They tend to maintain a good distance from me. The vibe of the room transforms into the vibe of those spirits, irritated, unhappy, depressed, and worried. They do not trust me truly, but once they are sure, they remove all the boundaries, make a connection with me and talk. But this removing of boundary takes a good amount of time. I often have to soothe them with kind words or convince them about the confidentiality. How long do they tend to stay? The worries they have make them stay here around their loved ones. But that does not mean they can stay forever. Just as we have our God, spirits too have someone up there to help them out in difficult situations. Leaving Earth is a step-by-step process for the souls. By clearing each worry or emotional burden, the soul moves forward to the spirit space, high above. Self-destruction is a release. After their death, a new life starts for them up there. It can be called their afterlife. They find souls who had similar suffering, they bond together and create an environment for living peacefully. Sounds fascinating but true. Ending the life, they reach to that conclusion after too much bearing, when they are on the edge and could not hold it any longer. So, they do not regret their decision at all, but they pay regular visits to keep a check on the family, dear ones, how they are coping up with the scenario and the like. When they come here, to check, they seem happy and content, and they like to share how their journey in afterlife is passing. It is true that it takes time for them too to adjust up there, but they do not lack companions. Their visit here is quite more than the other spirits who died naturally, or in an unplanned manner. Don't hold back, let them go for their sake. We are born on this earth to fulfill some part of God's plan. We face hardships every day which often pushes us to the edge, to that unbearable sting of darkness. But self-destruction is not relief in the proper way. We have many people around us who love us because we brighten up their life. As I have been blessed to see how it works in afterlife, I can conclude, it is not easy out there too. If we are here, we should follow up the aim we are created for. We have the strength to go on. Forgiveness is bliss.